Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Pramesti Cahyani, and here I want to present about Introduction to Psycholinguistics material, and the topic is about the stages in language acquisitions based on Stern. Let's begin. The stages in language acquisition according to Stern in 1924 and his book Kindersprüche. Stern provides a comprehensive statement of their view of the major stages of language acquisition. He also differentiates between stage and period and combined them into 5 time periods. Here I want to explain about the 5 time periods. As I said before, that the 5 time period is divided into 2 terms, and the first is stage and the second is period. The name of the stage in this discussion is about a preliminary stage in the first years, and the 4 periods that we can see, there are 4 periods per period: second period, third period, and the fourth period. Here I want to explain further about the behavior that occur in the preliminary stage and other 4 periods. First, in the preliminary stage, there are 3 behaviors occur. The first is babbling, and the second is unintelligible imitation, and the third is preliminary understanding. I will give explanation about those 3 behaviors in the next slide. And in the first period, the children can produce a small number of sounds with special meanings. Means that in the first period, the children can produce one word or just a word that even though there is only a word that they can produce, but a word they produce can explain several meanings or several ideas. And in the second period begins with the child's rapid development of a vocabulary, an interest in learning the names of things by asking for names with questions, and the onset of multi-word utterance appear. In the second period, the children begins to asking or ask others about the names of the things. It is based on their interest, and also the multi-word utterance appear in this second period. Next is in the third period, the sentences that the children produce become well formed, that contain words for the major grammatical relations like subject and object. And the last is in the fourth period, the child's questions now include those of time and causality. Here I want to explain further with the example each of the periods and the stage. In the preliminary stage, like as I said before, there are 3 behaviors like babbling, unintelligible imitation, and preliminary understanding. The first is about babbling. Babbling has 2 inner drive behind babbling. The first is the drive to express oneself, and the second is the drive to socialize with others. And I will give the examples of the babbling itself. The children can produce the syllable like mama, da, and pa, but it looks like mama, da, and pa is the function to calling their parents, but in actually mama, da, pa, like that. It has other meanings. In other words, the children produce those 3 syllable wants to they want to say something other than to calling their parents. And the second is unintelligible imitation. It is the result of an impulse or innate disposition in the children itself. This activity also allows the child to practice speech. So in unintelligible imitation, it allows the child to practice their speech. And the last is preliminary understanding, or in other words, basic understanding of the children's. It refers to the child's response to certain utterance, such as the clapping to pat a cake, or waving their hands means to say bye-bye. In other words, in a preliminary understanding, the child or the children give their response to a particular utterance, like clapping their hands or waving, that means to say a bye-bye, or clapping to pat a cake. The next is in the first period, or one word expresses several ideas, like a word mama. In other words, mama has only one word, but it has several ideas and some meanings. Like mama may mean mother, come here, or mama means mother, give me something, or mama means mother set me on the chair. So even though there's only one word they can produce, actually the children want to say several ideas or some meanings. In other words, in the first period, the children convey more than a word, they convey a whole idea. And a word they produce may be used to express several ideas. And in the first period, also the children don't understand about the grammatical structure. So there is no evidence that the children understand the grammar. The next is in the second period, Stern goes on to analyze the nature or categorization of the vocabulary developed during this period and beyond. Stern also proposed three stages. The first is substance or substantive stage, and the second is action stage, and the third is relation and attribute stage. I will give explanation about the substance stage in brief. In the substantive or substance stage, most of the words are referring to nominals. For example, the names of the things, like that. And the second is in the action stage, terms for actions enter the vocabulary and grow. And the third is relation and attribute stage. Okay, we go to the last period. It is the third period. Beforehand, I have explained it, the fourth period before this. So I just explained until the third period. So in the third period, the sentence says that the children produce become well formed in that they contain words for the major grammatical relation. So the sentence they build is according to the grammatical structure, like the sentence itself, there is a subject and there is an object. For example, I am playing football. In this sentence, there is a subject I, and the football is the object. So I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.